Hey, it's Jess from Head to Toe Health. I'm going to run through a calf stretch. So first of all, hands shoulder width apart, just underneath the shoulders. You're going to bring the leg back behind you. Put one foot over the top of the heel if you need to. Stay forward over those hands. And then you're going to come back, leaning back over that heel and pushing that heel into the floor. So you're using your hands to push back and get a really nice strong stretch back through the calf. So you can rock side to side a little bit just to see if you can get a stronger stretch with any of those different angles. And once you've got that tight spot, just hold it in that spot for 30 to 60 seconds. And then release, and then do the other side. Just bring the knee towards the wall, just touching onto the wall. Bring the knee out. So we're trying to see how far away from the wall we can place our foot before the heel comes off. So that for me is a little bit too far. So I come into here and then touching the wall. So I'm still getting a push in that range. And if I need to, if I feel that I can get more range, I'll just bring my foot out a little bit further. So go through that movement 12 to 15 times and make sure you're challenging that ankle range of motion. If required, do the other side and then compare how those ankles feel. Start with double leg calf raises, feet shoulder width apart. You're going to come up onto the toes as high as you possibly can and then down. So make sure as you come up, you really squeeze through the calves and come down nice and slow. So you're doing both sides of that in a controlled way. Once you're happy with that and you feel like you're comfortable to, you can progress to single leg calf raises. So you might need some support for balance. Otherwise, give it a good go. Find a mark in front of you and stick onto that one with your vision, and that'll help with your balance. So make sure you get all the way up. There's kind of almost a second level that you can come to with that single leg calf raise. You want to make sure that you hit that and then come down nice and slow and make it as controlled as possible. So first of all, we're going to do a double leg calf raise. So putting both balls of the feet onto the step, let the heels come down as far as comfortable and then coming up as far as you can. So really lift up, push through the toes and contract through that calf. Coming down as far as you can again, nice and slow, and then coming up. So if you look at a spot directly in front of you, that can help with your balance. If you need to, use a wall or a stair rail or something beside you. So coming off that, so as a progression of that, we're going to go into a single leg calf raise off a step. So we're going to, same thing, ball of the foot onto the step, find that spot to balance and control, and you're coming down as far as you can and then up, all the way up onto the toes and down. The less you can use as an aid for balance, the better. It's helping with your ankle proprioception, with your knee and your hips as well. So completing 10 to 12 of those, do 2 sets of those, and that'll really help with your ankle range and your calf strength. So this is a pillow balance. So this is really good for improving the proprioception through the ankle. So you're going to come onto the pillow just with that affected side and you're going to balance in that position. So because you're destabilized a little bit more than being on the flat, you're going to find that your body will move and you'll have to adjust to those positions. And this is really good for reprogramming where your foot is in space and that communication between those receptors in the ankle and the foot up to the brain. So if you can hold this position for up to a minute, then come back down, do some of your other exercises, and then do it again. So this is another proprioception advance. So first of all, just standing on that one leg, that affected leg against the wall, using a tennis ball preferably, and you're going to throw the ball against the wall. So what we're trying to do is take the attention away from the ankle and try and get it to work harder while we're thinking about other things. So when you're comfortable with that and you can easily do that, then come onto the pillow and you're going to work with throwing the ball while you're standing on the pillow. And again, if you could do 30 to 60 seconds of that, the more you do it, the better, and the more often you do it, the better as well. It's great for the pathways coming up from the ankle to the brain. So it's going to help you in all those activities of daily living and all the sport that's allowing you to change position and your body to adjust for that and keep it safe and reduce your recurrence. So we're going to go into an ankle isometric stretch. So with this one, put a chair or a stool directly against the wall. Sit as close as you can to the wall. Lift the whole foot off the floor, and then you're going to go into an eversion exercise. So you're going to move the foot out to the side in this kind of movement, but we're not actually going to get the movement. We're going to initiate that movement into the wall, and you will feel the outside of the leg start to work and then relax. So you're just going to go put that contraction on, pause in that position with the contraction on, and then relax. So there's not going to be much happening visually, but you're definitely going to be able to feel those muscles on the outside of the leg strengthen up. So it's ideal to do both sides on this one. So just placing the TheraBand just around under the arch of the foot and placing it around something that's going to give you quite a bit of resistance. So whether it's a table leg or you've got someone holding the TheraBand there for you. We're going to just lift the foot just off the floor, sitting preferably to standing, just so you're isolating the ankle with the movement. And it's a very small movement that you get out of it, but it's really important to control that movement. So it's a direct eversion of the ankle. So we're trying to open up the inside of the ankle and use the muscles on the outside of the lower leg. So you're going to do 12 to 15 of those. And I'll just show you that movement. It's pretty hard to pick up. So front on, you're trying to move the ankle out to the side. So you just come just past neutral when you come back, but that's the working part of the exercise, is back out. So you're pushing that range as far as you can. So using a Franklin ball, something with a bit of give in it, about the size of a grapefruit. First of all, placing the ball of the foot over the ball, and you're going to roll across the ball, just trying to separate the toes and roll each toe over the ball separately, from touching the bigger toe on the floor if you can, and then touching the little toe on the floor as well. So do about 6 to 8 of those. Then we're going to move on to the heel. So the ball on the heel, and from there, rolling side to side. So we're trying to get some ankle range in this one. You can go as far as you're comfortable. Just rolling side to side again, 6 to 8 of these as well. And then put the ball under the arch, and you're just going to put a bit of pressure through that arch. So we're rolling through there, just compressing the soft tissues. 6 to 8 of those. And then you can start to put more pressure through as you're comfortable too. Then we're going to roll through the whole foot from the front to the back, keeping this foot on the floor, so you've got quite a split stance. 6 to 8 of those. When you're comfortable, if you get comfortable, you can just come up off the ground a little bit with that back foot. Even bring the foot forward a little bit as you roll forward on the ball. So it's really going to release the fascias through the foot and open up the ankle and the bones and joints in the foot. So just place the feet side by side and just feel the difference. Do a few calf raises, a few hops. You'll notice the difference side to side. It's a really good one to warm up the ankles before you go for a run or do a workout.